Hey guys, this is Cam15 back at it with another video for you guys, and I'm back with another Fairy Tale 100-Year Quest manga chapter review for you guys. This week I got it up much earlier than I would typically do. It would have probably went up yesterday if I didn't get it to it today. But I'll just let you know, guys, that since my work schedule has kind of changed and it's a little bit more easier on me, I'm now working instead of late afternoons, pretty much. I'm now working like semi mornings to afternoons, late afternoons. But even then, I'm still gonna be coaching. So, in a way, that's kind of still a thing, but whatever. We get another very interesting chapter in terms of what the hell is going on in this friggin' story. Especially it involves Laxus and why he was feeling the way he was feeling. So, yeah, very interesting, very interesting. Anyways, this is Fairy Tale Chapter 100 Years Quest Chapter 109, titled A Soul of a King. The cover page is of a young Laxus and a much younger Gildarts, pretty much there, and it says, no matter how many years, the bonds of the guild never change. Again, I don't know if I don't know if Karen is related to Laxus, but again, if he is, this cover page... Again, it's like Machima's throwing it in our face. It's like, I put Gildarts in this freaking chapter in terms of the cover page, but two and two together. So yeah. Anyways, obviously the last chapter, chapter 108, was the whole revelation of Doragmag finally showing his face, finally showing his human form and stuff like that, and Natsu, was off to fight him. So Doragmag and Natsu, they're looking at each other with these looks and everything. Suzuku and Happy is looking on, as well as Celine, who's still burning. So Doragmag, he just kind of does attack similar to what Nappa did when he did his whole thing and his whole explosion from the ground up. He does that, and as Natsu's trying to block the rocks and everything, he finds out the rocks that Doragmag summoned that can't be broken. So in honesty, as he's getting hit by these rocks, they actually are doing damage. They're not like, he's not blocking, they're just breaking his skin. Like, they're actually like, pretty much, you could say, giving like extra shots get in and everything. So Natsu then starts jumping from rock to rock to rock. And Doragmag sees this. He tries to go in for an attack, but Suzuku comes in and he blocks the attack that Doragmag has, and he pretty much and Suzuku's pretty much saying, I see, so fire's somewhat effective. And pretty much this whole thing is Natsu and Suzuku realizing they have to work together to defeat this guy, especially to protect their comrades and stuff like that. And essentially Doragmag replies by this saying, yeah, these guys are worth eating. Stuff like that, and that's where we go away, and that's it for the rest of the chapter in terms of that stuff. I was really shocked that we actually cut away for this chapter. It's cool we got a little bit of it, but I'm actually pretty shocked that we cut away very quickly. And it seems like we're just throwing the focus on Laxus and Kieran. Now, mind you, this fight does have to get over with, because it's still one of the lingering fights between the Fairy Tale Guild and the Diablo's Guild, because now they got to move on to taking down Doragmag together. But anyways, we see this happening again. Kieran, he throws his coffin at Laxus. Laxus blocks it, and he still feels that weird feeling he's been feeling that entire time and stuff like that. And obviously, he recalls back to Kieran saying like, this is the soul of the king that's in here and everything. And Laxus is just wondering what the hell is in that coffin. I just got to destroy it to find out what's going on and everything. He ends up using a Thunder Dragon Roar, and then Karen counters back with a Yellow Dragon's Roar. They collide, and the thing is that's interesting about this collision of this blast attack is the fact that it's also giving off lightning. Karen's side is giving off lightning too, and Laxus picks that up. And that's when Laxus, realizes, wait, you're a Dragon Slayer too? And, Karen's like, yes, I am. I'm Karen, the Yellow Dragon Slayer. All of us are Dragon Slayers called Dragon Eaters and stuff like that. That's when he reveals to Laxus. Laxus is like, wait, you eat dragons? And he's like, yep, I did. You see, I ate the Yellow Dragon, Elexion, which is also known as the Thunder Dragon King, which you can pretty much say that thunder is stronger than lightning, but it is what it is. It's still the same thing. It's just thunder is a much bigger lightning strike than lightning and stuff like that. So yeah, pretty much Kieran's like, well, it seems like you and I were fated to battle together since we have the similar attributes and everything. So he unleashes this lightning attack, and it actually damages Laxus because when it comes to lightning, thunder, or anything, typically lightning attacks don't really affect Laxus, but this time it goes to show you it can. Now, Karen says the reasoning why it actually works is because I'm the king of lightning, and stuff like that. So essentially, he's dishing out more, electric attacks. Laxus is then able to conduct it a little bit better, and then guess what is stopping himself? And Laxus is like, king, huh? So that's dragon souls in that coffin. And this time, Kieran throws the coffin again, but this time surrounded by electricity. Laxus goes on to say, think you should be swirling a soul out like around that thing? And Kieran replies by saying, it's my right as the one who devoured a king. Again, Laxus gets hit as he's trying to block it, and you just get this panel to where it's like, you have these like different, illusions of Laxus coming out and everything. And obviously Laxus again is wondering, like, then why am I feeling this weird way? It's like it's like I'm being pulled towards it and everything. And that's when Kieran starts to smile. And that's when Laxus is like, wait a second, what the hell is going on? And that's when Kieran essentially tells Laxus, and we get left out with this cliffhanger pretty much for the chapter, is we find out Kieran pretty much deducts that Laxus has a Dragon Slayer Lacrima buried in his body. And he goes on to say, you see, that Lacrima possessed the heart of a certain dragon, and that was Elexion, the Thunder Dragon King, the dragon which I devoured. So we find out that this entire time that Dragon Lacrima has been inside of Laxus, he actually been inhibiting the Thunder Dragon King. He's been inhibiting you could pretty much say Alexion's heart. He's literally, so freaking hell, it just makes it to where, crap, I forgot his dad's name. Dude, who was Lux's dad's name? Crap. Ivan. So pretty much we find out that Ivan apparently found the Lightning Dragon King's heart, gave it and imbued it into his son Laxus. And hey, you want to be, if I guess you can also say this is another reason to why Laxus is so damn strong. It would make sense if you have the Lightning Dragon King's heart, pretty much, you would probably be one of the strongest people in the world. So that even adds up even now over time when you look back at it and you're like, okay, now it makes sense why Laxus is this strong and everything, and makes sense. So it's pretty freaking crazy when you think about it, that Laxus has the heart of a Dragon King within him. So you have to wonder, is he going to unlock some sort of, maybe like with Natsu, he has Fire Dragon King mode. Are we going to get a moment in this chapter, in this fight, where maybe Laxus unlocks a new form, or a new power-up boost form, which is Lightning Dragon King? Maybe we get that. It would only make sense and everything. So yeah. Anyways, Kieran goes on to make the mention. His heart and soul are resonating with each other. And he goes on to say, didn't I tell you this is fate? Elexion is screaming for his heart to come back. Now, Laxus is like, that's freaking a load of crap coming from a guy who ate the body. And essentially, Kieran goes on to make mention, I became one with Elexion. All that's missing is the heart. So essentially, Kieran's saying, I need the heart for me to be complete and be much more infinitely stronger, and me be more of a complete wizard or a more complete dragon slayer than I already am, and stuff like that. So pretty much Kieran is here to fight Laxus to the death, pretty much. They start clashing. Kieran's like, give my heart back and everything. And Laxus is going to say, like, my dad forced this thing into me when I was a kid. Honestly, I don't even want it anymore. But on the other hand, I'm going to set that soul free, pretty much. And that's where the chapter ends off. So, kind of honestly, when I read this chapter for the first time, it was kind of a very anticlimactic, like, ending to a chapter. Like, when I saw the last panel and I was like, oh, we're gonna get more. See in the next panel, I'm like, and then I saw to be continued. I'm like, that's it. I felt really anticlimactic in terms of how to end a chapter, but I guess if there's any better way to end a chapter, that's the thing. So it seems like Karen's gonna trying to fight Laxus to get the dragon lacrima out of Laxus, which is Alexion's heart. But at the same time, Laxus is like, listen, I think I'm going to set that soul in your coffin free and let the soul of Elexion pretty much rest in peace. It's also pretty interesting to find out that Laxus really truly does not want this dragon slaying like powers, and stuff like that. And it's also even more interesting to know that Laxus was pretty much forced by Ivan, this lacrima. Ivan pretty much forced Laxus, this lacrima to be imbued or infused with his body and everything. So, that it goes to show that Ivan, back then, we already knew Ivan was that type of conniving dude because he wanted to take over Fairy Tail and stuff like that. So, yeah, it doesn't shock me to believe that Ivan forced his son to imbue the dragon lacrima inside him when he probably didn't want that. And everything. So yeah, but this chapter, in all honesty, I thought it was, in all honesty, if I'm being honest, I thought this chapter was okay. It was fine for what we got. Really the only big revelation we got was the fact that Laxus is pretty much his dragon lacrima is the heart of Elexion, and everything, and Karen is just going against him to get it from him to be more stronger. I thought this chapter was okay. Other than that point, really nothing really otherly big happened. And if you ask me, it was kind of a quick read, and I wasn't really, other than the Laxus part, I wasn't really feeling this chapter. Again, I still like this chapter. I just thought this chapter was okay for what it was. It's kind of just a quick read, kind of a thing. It's just get a few chapters, get up out of here, let's get to the next part. So yeah, but that's just me. But anyways, guys, if you guys like the video, leave a like. Put in the comment section your thoughts on this week's episode. God dang. Soon, when the Fairy Tail 100 Quest anime comes out, I can do that stuff. But put in the comment section your thoughts on this week's chapter for Fairy Tail 100 Quest, as well as hit the subscribe button if you want to get more Fairy Tail content. Excuse me, or any other anime content or manga content I upload to the channel. Anyways, guys, I'm gonna get out of here. Hopefully, you guys have a great rest of your day or night in this video. Until then, guys, I'll catch you guys. Excuse me, on the next video. Peace.